Hello, my name is Rameh Serwanga. I'm a project manager in the Early Learning Department at the Sacramento County Office of Education. Today, I'm going to share some fun ways your children can learn at home through play while engaging in language, literacy, and the arts. Play is your child's daily work, and truly, adults still need to play too. If your child is learning English or another language, the arts are a powerful means for them to express themselves. The arts promote learning and development not only in the artistic mediums, but also in other areas such as language, math, science, and most importantly, social-emotional development. Have you thought about the rich tradition of oral storytelling? Or how to relax with a conversation while reading stories? What about the visual and performing arts? Learning in one art form often connects learning and development in the other art forms. Drama, visual art, dance, and music reflect the integrated nature of young children's learning. So let's get into the details. Oral storytelling. It's a tradition that has been around since families wrote their stories on the walls of caves. It's a rich tradition in which you can share your family's culture and history or a positive memory from your childhood. A friend of mine told me a story that her father used to tell her about how he had to walk 25 miles to school in the snow during winter. Yet when the family went to visit his hometown, she saw that the school was just 3 blocks away from where he lived. Funny and exaggerated, but still a story she remembers to this day. You can make up a funny story or just have fun sharing a positive memory from your life. Call a relative to keep in touch and ask them to tell a story. They can share the story live with FaceTime or any other video chat service. This is a good way to connect at any time and learn about extended family that you have geographic distance from. Connect with a friend of your child or children and ask their family to share a story. This allows your child or children to stay in contact with their friends, and you'll both learn more about their families. Go on a scavenger hunt in your home. Find a couple of items around your home, in the kitchen, the bathroom, closet, and make up a story about those items. Have your child choose the items and tell a story all their own. Mix it up. They find the items and you tell the story, or you find the items and they tell the story. Engage the entire family in this simple, free activity and watch how much new vocabulary your child can learn. Plus, it is always fun to explore one another's imagination. For example, I just picked up this dream catcher, a toy car, and a fan. Maybe a story about a child that fell fast asleep and dreamed of being a race car driver. It was really a hot day, and so they had to fan themselves in between the races. The point is to have fun and keep it as simple or detailed as you'd like. Check if your child's attention is fading so you'll know when to wrap up the story. Reading stories together is a great way to inspire your child's imagination, expose them to new vocabulary and images, and see where their interests lie based on the stories they enjoy the most. Relax and enjoy having a conversation about a book. Find a topic of interest to your child and spend quality time together talking about the content in the book. Don't worry about always finishing the book if they are enjoying discussing the details on just a few pages. Let your child join in and talk. This will tell you what they are learning and understand about the story. You can use their words to make complete sentences if they are using minimal vocabulary. This helps to build their language and comprehension skills. Point out the illustrations. Name the objects and characters, their attributes and actions. Talk about the author and who drew the pictures in the story. Illustrator might be a new vocabulary word. Discuss the characters with your child and what they are doing. Name the colors and shapes that you see. Explain words in the language or languages your child already understands. This conversation supports their vocabulary development. Did you know children can learn as many as 3 new words every day? Use your home language, which will prepare them for learning a second or multiple languages. Use of your home language honors your culture and sets your child on a successful path to become bilingual or multilingual while staying connected to the family. Ask your child questions about the book. You just want to know what they know about the topic. This is not a test. This conversation about the book gives them an opportunity to talk about the story and share their knowledge. It also allows you to explain anything they may have misunderstood or want to know more about. Questions such as these: what do you think will happen next? How do you know? What does it remind you of? Allows you to go deeper in a casual way. Know that your child may have very short answers or none at all in the beginning. It is a skill to process one's thoughts and verbalize them. The more you practice, the more interesting your conversations will become. Here are some examples. Cora Cooks Pancit by Dorina K. Lazo Gilmore, illustrated by Christy Valiant. This is a great book about a young Filipino girl who finally has the chance to help cook and chooses to make a traditional noodle dish. The Butter Man by Elizabeth and Ali Alalu, illustrated by Julie Clear Esakali. This one is about a young Moroccan girl whose father explains parts of his childhood while they anxiously await dinner and her mother's arrival from work. Mis Colores, or My Colors, by Rebecca Emberley, is a fun board book, naming the various colors of objects and animals in English and in Spanish. These great books should definitely stimulate conversation. Open-ended questions. These are the kinds of questions that can stimulate conversation at any time. They are questions that have more than one right answer, or that can be answered in many ways. Asking these types of questions stimulates more language use versus one-word answers. It acknowledges that there can be more than one solution to a problem and affirms children's ideas, as well as encouraging creative thinking. Ask children what they like or dislike. Ask them to share about their feelings related to the story. Were they scared, excited? Was it funny to them? Ask follow-up questions when they share their thoughts. Be sure to give children time to ask and answer questions. Did you know children need at least 5 seconds to process their responses? Let's count 5 seconds together right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It feels like a long time, and children often need this time to think about what they want to say. Note that children with disabilities will likely need at least 10 seconds. Think about comparisons from stories that relate to their lives. Perhaps you just read a story about a child that is cooking for their family, like Cora Cooks Pancit. Remind them how you just cooked dinner or breakfast together for your family, or any special family holidays that may involve people cooking together. Are there any similarities between your experience and that of the characters in the book? Or are there any differences? Specific feedback and encouragement. It is always helpful to speak to children in complete sentences and give words of encouragement for their effort. For example, you might say, "Avery, you had such good questions about Nora and the Butterman. You are really using your brain to think." Here are some more of those open-ended questions you can ask your child related to just about anything. In what ways are these things different? In what ways are they the same? What would happen if, and you fill in the blank? What can you tell me about, and you fill in the blank? Is there anything else you would do or use? Or a simple question like, "Tell me what happened." Drama is another medium that provides the opportunity for your child to develop their imagination and show you what they know about the world around them. When they act out roles and use props, they develop their creative expression, their language, control of movement, and self-confidence. Acting out a story tells you what your child understands about the meaning of that story and the characters. What do they want to pretend to be? What other details do they want to add? Let your child explore dressing up in clothing from around the house. They often like walking in bigger shoes, wearing hats, ties, jewelry, and even scarves. Just remind them that this is pretend play for now. Be creative and make a costume together. You can use a paper plate to make a hat, a paper bag for a shirt or robot torso. Use whatever you have around the house to make your costume, even if it's just adding accessories to pajamas. Create a puppet. You can use a paper bag, a sock, a tissue box, paper towel, or tissue roll. They can draw a face if they'd like. Name the puppet and talk about what the puppet can do. Add some fabric pipe cleaners, buttons, or any other loose parts you have around the house. I made this puppet out of a tissue box. I just used 2 cotton balls and drew in the eyes. I used a Q-tip for the mouth, popsicle sticks for the arms, and pipe cleaners for the hair. Again, it's all about being creative. Think outside the box. What can a box become? A rocket ship, a robot, a train, or just a fun place to draw? Have fun and remember it's okay to be silly. Here's a clip of my daughter playing with preschool friends at their pretend construction site.
Yeah, so fix it.
Did you get new underwear, hon?
Yeah, you get this? Yeah. Cut the side. Come on, you guys. Cut the side.
You think they'll fit you?
It's $6.
The visual arts are not just about paper or a canvas. It's about creating a visually expressive piece using a variety of materials, including your body. Children are able to express their feelings, ideas, interests, stories, or moods through art, including children with disabilities. All children's social emotional development will benefit from being able to express themselves through this medium. What's most important is the process, not the product. The enjoyment of doing and being engaged in the doing is the goal. It's not necessary to create an example for them to follow. The more unique, the better. Encourage your child to draw a picture after you read the story or based on the story you've read recently. For example, you see the picture of this little girl who drew a chalk drawing on her driveway after reading the book Matilda by Roald Dahl. Or make a collage using all kinds of scrap materials you may have around the house. Sequins, feathers, fabric pieces, pom-poms, paint, cotton balls, or materials you found outside like sticks or small rocks. Don't forget about old magazines and junk mailers. Suggest that they cut out their name and help them find the letters. Again, you see an example of some collage art here. Make Play-Doh with your child. Making homemade Play-Doh provides a valuable hands-on, active learning experience. Children learn best when they're able to use as many of their senses as possible. They learn math when they help to measure the ingredients. The expansion of their language and imagination is happening when they talk about what they're making, how it smells, how it feels, or even how it tastes. They develop persistence and problem-solving skills as they concentrate on following the steps in a recipe. They develop their fine motor skills as they use their fingers and hands and any measuring materials, which supports later writing development. Try this simple recipe or look up many more online, including edible ones. Play-Doh can be so much fun. What about mail for a pen pal? Ask your child who they would like to make a picture for and tell them they can mail it to keep in touch. If needed, write down any words to describe their picture on another piece of paper. Maybe add an actual letter too, and then send it off. They'll be engaging in a literacy activity as both of you may write letters or words. And carefully address the envelope, showing where to place the sender and recipient information. Be sure to ask that family member or friend to write back. Make a mural with the entire family contributing their ideas. This could be created with paints, collage materials, simple pencil drawings, powerful written words, or whatever you all can come up with. The goal is that it reflects your family's ideas and creativity. Dance is another one of the visual arts. Many of us are born to move and even dance. So many cultures express thoughts, stories, and feelings through movement and dance. Movement can benefit the physical, mental, and emotional growth of your child. Regular dancing develops flexibility, coordination, balance, and sensitivity to music and rhythm. Play a variety of music. You can play a variety of music on your cell phone, television, disc player, or other electronic devices. Explore music from around the world, as well as some classics that speak to your family's culture. Enjoy the rhythms and sounds of Latin, African, and world music. You can find some of those songs on compilation CDs like these by Putumayo. Explore different genres from jazz, rock, classical, rhythm and blues, country, pop, and many more. Experiment with and talk about how the different rhythms make you feel and make your bodies want to move. Make up movements. Name the movements your child is making or the moves you're making. Use words such as sway, twirl, leap, twist, gallop, bend, hop, and stomp. Improvise and make up your own combinations. Add a freeze between movements to support the development of children's self-regulation. This helps practice body control for times when they have to wait. Explore different steps in a sequence. Dance going to the ocean, swim in the water, shake like you're cold as you come out, and skip to return home. Dress up in your costume you made from dramatic play and dance like the wind, crawl like a turtle, fly like a jet plane, make robotic movements. It's good to alternate fast and slow movements, which support the continual development of self-regulation. End your dance session with everyone taking a turn doing their own version of a happy dance. Have you ever seen this great book, Happy? You've probably heard the song by Pharrell Williams. The opportunity for them to showcase their creativity helps develop the self-confidence so critical to the rest of their lives. Define your space. In case space is limited or you know your children may really let loose, try defining the dance space. See who can dance in a circle, inside a hula hoop, in a line. Dance inside of a shape you place on the floor with tape. Make a rectangle or any shape on the floor and dance around the shape, inside the shape, on top of the shape. Use of these kinds of positional words helps to support later math skills. Cut loose, break sweat, and have fun. Music. Did you know the auditory sense or hearing is one of the first senses humans develop, and children begin to imitate sounds early on? Even children with an auditory disability can often respond to a beat of music or vibrations they can feel. Music makes us feel good, whether we're just listening to it for pleasure, singing along, or dancing to the beat we feel. Sing a song that you still remember from your childhood, or ask your child to sing you a song they have learned. Humming can even count if you don't remember all of the words. Try making up your own words to a familiar tune and then sing the song together. The words don't have to make logical sense. Can you incorporate rhyming or pick a silly theme like what happens at bath time? Playing with sounds is also known as phonological awareness and will lead to your child's ability to decode words when they begin to read. Make an instrument out of paper towel rolls or toilet tissue rolls. Tape or staple at one end and then place something inside that will make a soft or loud sound. I've got some bells here and some paper clips that I just had around. Dump those in, staple the other side shut, and then shake away. Feel free to let the children decorate or switch up the materials that they use inside. Pots and pans with kitchen utensils make a great drumming set. Fill glass jars with different levels of water and then use a spoon to tap on them. You've made a xylophone. Let your child control the tempo and pattern of the rhythm they create. Feel free to play real instruments too. At the end of the day, put on your pajamas. You can have fun playing karaoke, even if you don't know all the words. Remember, this is about laughter and not a professional performance or video submission. Consider combining drama, music, and dance. It can be a wonderful way to end the day together and great way to release energy before bedtime. Well, I hope you enjoyed the many ideas I shared, a fun mix of the arts, including oral storytelling, book reading, and the visual and performing arts of drama, visual art, dance, and music. Try one or more of these on any given day. Do you need a stress reliever? Something new and exciting for a rainy day? Or just some fun family time? The goal is to be creative, listen to your children, share, and have fun together. Anything goes. Here's a list of some basic materials. For example, for drama, we have scarves, fabrics, cooking utensils, figurines, stuffed animals, or musical instruments. For dance, think about using a hula hoop, chairs, wands, music, feathers, open or defined space. For the visual arts, consider those scissors, old magazines for cutting, tempera paint, low heat hot glue gun, that's one of my favorites, watercolors, rocks, sticks, construction paper. And for music, really think about various cultures. Also, pots and pans, homemade noisemakers like I showed you, and blocks. I want to share some additional resources with you as well. Some of them are online and some are in person like the museums. They have even more ideas for artistic expression. For example, the Talk, Read, Sing campaign of First 5 California, the Sacramento Public Library, the Crocker Art Museum, Art Beast Children's Art Studio, AdventuresInFamilyhood.com has wonderful virtual tours of museums and other places. StoryOnline.net, allaboutyoungchildren.org is an excellent website that has developmental information for children ages birth to 5 in 8 different languages. There's also the California Foundations and Frameworks. So again, feel free to check out those resources. The possibilities are endless as you have fun learning together. Again, my name is Rameh Sirwanga, and thank you for spending your time with me. I hope that you enjoyed learning this information as much as I have enjoyed sharing it with you. Now go have fun engaging in language, literacy, and the arts.